what's good, YouTube? It's your man Ronin, back with another one, and fresh off a needed workout. Shout out to my coach, who's been teaching me the importance of muscle endurance and sticking to my diet, which is what I'm doing. That's the most important part of fitness. And shout out to all my fellow content creators who are staying on the ball, handling business, and looking to lead in the right way, to redeem some portion of this space with a level of respectability, consistency, and accountability. But today's video is entitled, It's Not Rocket Science. I personally don't care about what these Muppet heads are flopping their heads about with what Cam Newton said. Okay. This isn't the first time we've seen this. What he said was not controversial, and I agree with, the homie LAR. Shout out to him. What he said wasn't controversial. A lot of these Muppet heads are letting it be known. They figure they're entitled to the world and don't want to offer anything of substance. You're supposed to give me everything, and maybe I might throw you a bone. The sensible thing is to let them talk. Let them write themselves off, because far too many of them offer some terrible commercials. Are you really going to go up in arms over an intentionally flawed product? Too many are trying to sell themselves on the lifestyle that they lead. Who would she be without her negative narrative? Who would these incelian, tender dick Templars, cyberspace seat sniffers, who would they be without their negative narrative? I'm talking about the religion of punani politics or shame, blame, and explain. Who would they be? If you have a reasonable set of preferences, a woman that is actual feminine, a one that actually knows that personal hygiene is very valued, not these chicks who bathe once or twice a week and use baby wipes for the remainder of the week, or washes her panties in the sink with a splash of kaboom. Chicks who out here being tart and tangy, ruining sundress season, smell like ass and motor oil. How dare you men that are going somewhere, who's immersed in his purpose in life, in a solid direction? How dare you drop your nuts, hold your nuts, and stand up for yourself and what you believe in? It's not rocket science. If her first native tongue is sign language, we're talking about shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right, why are you even having her in your airspace? If she's out here busy looking to talk over you, always got to vent to other people and bring other people into your situation, if she's a security risk, if she's not worth the time, the toll, the trouble, nor threat, why is there even a conversation? It's because while she's a nobody without her negative narrative, so she believes, there's a lot of brothers, unfortunately, who are afraid to change their narrative. All they've been taught and programmed to believe is there's nothing good out here. Are there some trash-ass candidates out here? Yeah, you better believe it. But this is where your foresight and intuition come into play. Not like a lot of these chicken heads' intuition, which happens to always be in the shop. And their intuition is often retroactive rather than proactive. She knows long after the fact. We were given this gift to see things as they are and move accordingly. But it's not limited to mundane things like what the hell she's thinking or why she can't think of something to eat. Your foresight is a gift to see what are you going to build with your life? How are you going to move? How are you going to grow? What do you need to fix? To foresee a better position, which is part of your leadership, and unfortunately lack thereof in certain circles. But it takes time, experience, diligence, and how to be taught to use this gift in the proper fashion. Not to seek out fetishes for failure. Not for confirmation bias, which you see a lot of this stuff every day. And some people use it to monetize mediocrity. That's another conversation. But it's not rocket science. She has to bring something more to your airspace rather than some ample ass cheeks and problems. A lot of us bluntly say it amongst ourselves or in public. You could always fuck her. But it takes a great deal of things to make her credible to fuck with. Which means you are the Lord of your time that you've been given. And sure, there's plenty of them who are easy on the eyes. But see, that's where adversity comes in. When you're true to your mission, you will be tested. The road to hell often paved with good intentions and BBLs. Unfortunately. But let's ignore the slew of goofiness that's going to happen for the next few days because it's been ashy in these YouTube streets. Let's just see it for what it really is. Many chuckleheads don't want you to have a preference. And I'm telling you, who gives a fuck? What do you say as a man? Where are you going? And why do you care what she thinks? Because she's not going there with you. She's letting it be known she's going to be an intentional migraine. Problem solved. Leave that bitch on the side of the road and keep it pushing. You may see her at Walmart pushing carts as a greeter. And not to knock those who are doing it, but for those who say there's a bad bitch, you start learning real quick that the doing part is often silent until time reveals it. Sometimes more quicker than others. It's not rocket science to assess the company you keep. You got some guys, actually some zealots, who are worried about punani politics, keyboard cowardice, and doing whatever tender dick Templars do. Talk shit online, talking about catch a flight and all this goofiness. But if they were about that life, they would have done something about it now. It's not that I'm inciting violence. However, there's choices and consequences. You got to protect yourself at all times. Not just physically, but spiritually, socially, your health-wise. Sometimes you got to protect yourself from yourself. That's why I say it's not rocket science. This is why you're encouraged to heal yourself, mend yourself, pay attention to yourself. This goofiness you see out here is no different than the club. There's always a adage I've heard in the military, same shit, different toilet. You just gotta execute that mental flush when the shit gets too full. It's not rocket science. If you have a personal preference and it's reasonable, hold your nuts. Stick to your guns. But she has to do more than look the part. She has to be the part. Because what sense does it make for you to invest your time, energy, and your life into an individual who try to sell you the dream like, you know what, if you put a ring on my finger, it'll be like the Green Lantern. I can manifest anything. That's cap. An Elmer Fudd ass cap. Marvin the Martian cap. So your masculinity is supposed to be on point and for the full display from the beginning. But you got chicken heads that'll sit there and burn water. Can't even make toast. Nowadays can barely wash their ass. And talking about she's the table. Why would you eat with at a table where you can see boogers on the side, a pair of drawers with a losing streak in the front and the back? It's not rocket science. Really assess the people you're trying to entertain and who you allow to entertain your airspace. I'm just sending this to my brothers especially because you got to start bullshit proofing your life. Some things don't even warrant a response or even a monogram of your time. Yet here we are, worrying about what one person said or a lot of these chuckleheads love to say. They're letting it be known. Take your chances on a beautiful bum, even though I've been ran through by these handsome holocausts. Look at the lie she's living. Chuckle a little bit, but keep it moving. It's on you whether you want to be a cautionary tale or a legacy worth remembering. As always, never allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. I'm going to get out here and eat. You guys have a good day. And let me know in the comments section, guys, what you think. And also like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for future videos. And for those, who have a problem with what I've said, and Semper Fi and take it easy. Peace.